Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure the notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I'm going to be doing my January favourites. I can't believe we're in February already. Like, seriously. I feel like this year was the first year that January's ever gone so quick. Usually it goes super slow, but I feel like it's flashed before my eyes all of a sudden this year. I have a few bits, a couple of new bits, a couple of bits that I've been using for a very long time. So if you want to see what makeup I was loving throughout January, then please keep watching. My first favourite is actually a primer I've been absolutely loving. I first tested it on TikTok, then ever since then I have non-stop been reaching for it. So if you have a similar skin type to me where your skin gets a bit oily throughout the day and you need to find makeup to help your makeup last longer, I found your new bestie. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Oh my goodness, I was so impressed by this. It is crazy. Firstly, it does actually make your pores disappear, which I love in a primer, right? And then secondly, it dries down matte and makes my foundation last so much longer. This for me is like the perfect combination for a primer. It minimises my pores to make my skin look smooth, but it also mattifies those areas. So when I'm going out, I'll pop this on and my foundation lasts so much longer. I was so shocked when I used this and I wore my makeup for a long time, because I was like, surely I'm meant to be oily right now. Like, usually I'm like patting around these areas of my skin, and I was like, why does it still feel matte? I didn't even look oily. I was so shocked. Not enough people rave about this. In fact, I haven't heard anyone talk about these Maybelline Fit Me primers, and if you've got the same skin type as me, you need to try this. I think it's about £9, but worth every single penny if you want your makeup to last longer. Next is a concealer. I've had a couple of people talk about this, but I feel like it didn't go viral or anything. This is the Rimmel Multi-Tasker concealer. This is what it looks like. I think this came out maybe towards the end of last year, and I've had it for a little while, and I've just found myself reaching for it. I find it very similar to the L'Oreal Infallible concealer, and I absolutely love that. That was in my 2021 favourites. And I do find this to be quite similar. Even the doe foot, it's got like a big doe foot wand on that, and you guys know I cannot not use anything that has a big doe foot now. Like, that is my favourite thing. When concealers come out with small little wands, I'm like, oh, what's the point? But yeah, really good concealer. I think this is around £7 or £8, I'm not sure. So it is from the drugstore, and I use mine in the shade 020 Fair, if anyone's wondering. But yeah, this is a very, very good concealer. I'm sure Tammy Clark spoke about this, and I think Sophie's done a video on this as well, but I really enjoyed this. So you know I absolutely love my Made by Mitchell blushes. Well, recently I tested out the blush Bronzed for the first time, and I completely fell in love with it. So this is what it looks like here. I have the shade Shady Business. Brilliant. But I've also been using the shade Hello There. Hello There is very fair and cool tone, so when I want to actually contour, I'll use a little bit of that. But when I want my cream bronzer, I'll use the shade Shady Business. And oh my goodness, I just cannot rave about these blushes enough. The blushes were in my 2021 favourites. I'm sure these will be in my 2022 favourites, because I just love the formula so much. They're so creamy, they're so pigmented, they blend so easily. If you've not tried this formula yet, you have to jump on it. Honestly, it will change your love for like cream products, because before I was using these, it had started to come out in the trend, but I weren't really reaching for them. It was like, oh, it's like an extra step I've got to do. But these actually make me want to do cream bronzer and cream blush. phenomenal. I've actually got a lot of bronzing and contour products in today's video. So next is a bronzer I've been loving. This is the Huda Beauty Glow Wish bronzer. This is what it looks like, and I have mine in the shade 01 Light. I love this bronzer because it actually is a really nice, soft and subtle bronzer. Some days I want to look like I've got a really nice tan on. Some days I just want something a bit more subtle, just to throw a little bit of colour on my face, and I'll reach for this. So it's got quite like it's got quite a rough texture to it. It like barely comes up on my skin when I swatch it, but when you take it with a brush, there's just a tiny little bit of pigment there to make it look like you have got some bronzer on. It has got a tiny bit of a sheen to it, but if I'm honest, you can't really see it. Like the luminous powder that's part of this Glow Wish collection, my goodness, that is so luminous. If you've got an oily skin, do not use that powder. But this just has a very, very subtle, soft sheen to it. And I just really love this bronzer. It is expensive. I think it's about £27. But if you love high-end makeup, I would definitely check this out. If you're more into a bronzer that you can build up rather than something that's just going to stamp pigment all around your face. Do you know what I mean? And then the last product that I want to talk about is this by Art Revolution. This is their contour palette in the shade Fair. I have constantly been reaching for the contour in this palette. This highlighter is very beautiful as well, but I mainly just reach this for the contour. It's a very, very good shade for a fair skin tone contour. It actually reminds me of the Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette. I honestly think this could be a dupe for the fair shade in that palette, because obviously they look the same and the colours are very, very similar. It's very affordable as well. I think this is about £6. You do get a mirror in here, but it's quite an awkward shape. But very, very affordable. This has like 2 steps to your makeup routine in it. Very pigmented. The highlighter is beautiful. There we go. Yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. I don't know why I'm showing the highlights. Got nothing to do with what my favourites are. It's the contour that is. But yes, very affordable. Gets the job done, and that is what we love to see in makeup. Just something that's super easy to use. Bam. Pigment on, contour is ready to go. Okay, so those are all my favourites for January. Not much, but to be honest, I do chop and change my makeup every single time I use it. These are the products I've just specifically been reaching for a lot. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to wrap this video up here. It's very short and sweet. We love to see it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button, and let me know down below what makeup products or skincare products you were loving throughout the month of January, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.